I was looking for a new dermatologist, and I found Mount Sinai in New York Magazine's Top Doctors.
I traveled 8 hours across the Atlantic to come and see Dr. Corsani to have their procedure done, and I'm really glad I did.
Dr. Waldorf is so careful and so precise, and she is called a master injector. She takes her time.
I was very lucky to find Mount Sinai Hospital and also to find Dr. Lebwall, and he referred me to Dr. Corsani.
He immediately makes you feel comfortable, and of course you have confidence in him.
If you're going to have your skin taken care of, it should be taken care of by an expert. And as a result, we have always recruited the best cosmetic dermatologists and cosmetic dermatologic surgeons in the nation to come here to Mount Sinai. And we have built what is probably the strongest cosmetic dermatology department of any in the world.
My goal as a cosmetic surgeon is to do, an operation or a procedure to improve the way you look in a more natural way. But nobody else knows it, but you know it, and you feel good.
The most exciting advance in the last 10 years in the field of cosmetic dermatology has been the increase in the number of non-invasive procedures available, including fillers, neurotoxins, and devices that we can use to recreate a more youthful, rested contour of the face. My patients want to look natural and look age-appropriate and like themselves.
When you get to be my age, things start to drop. I looked in the mirror, and though I liked what I saw, it was time for a change. And so I decided I needed filler. And everything was the best part of it. I loved how I looked, so I loved how I felt. Nobody had a clue. Not even my husband had a clue, nor my best friend. We went to a birthday party, and she said to me, "Oh, Ronnie, you look great." But she had no idea that I recently had filler.
Well, when I was young, I really had abused my skin unintentionally. I often went to the beach, I skied, I sailed with no sun protection at all. So my skin was really severely sun damaged. It was blotchy, had red spots, the pigmentation was different and so forth.
Skin looks great, and it looks very smooth. A lot of the pigmentation that you had on the sides are improved.
Yes, my skin I think has a much more even tone. I think it's firmer, and all of the blotchiness and the redness went away, and I also had wrinkles, and they've been pretty much eliminated.
Close your eyes for a second. Oh, very nice. You healed beautifully.
Thank you.
Many patients will hear the term laser and assume that it is all the same thing. Well, it turns out that there are dozens and dozens of lasers out there. There are dozens and dozens of techniques for doing various procedures in dermatology. And one of the things that distinguishes our department from others is that we have always gotten the best technology there is to use on our patients.
I chose to have the V-beam laser procedure done here at Mount Sinai with Dr. Goldenberg because I have very fair skin that often presents with rosacea. So what that means is that I have a lot of redness through my cheeks and through my nose.
The results of the V-beam laser are noticeable almost immediately.
I chose to have this procedure done because I want a more even skin tone, which is the exact result that I got, and I'm able to wear less foundation and have a beautiful complexion, and I'm very confident with my skin.
The patients usually have less redness and fewer dilated vessels. They also seem to be less sensitive to sun, which is one of the symptoms of rosacea.
Many of my friends noticed a difference because I was very excited about the results, so I was very happy to show it off to them.
I look at Fraxel as a treatment that sets the clock back. It's a permanent treatment. It improves tone and texture of the skin, leads to collagen remodeling, and it helps undo some of the damage that's been done from years of sun exposure.
One of the most common complaints I hear from patients is the appearance of dark circles and bags under the eyes. With the use of filling agents, neurotoxins, and tightening or resurfacing devices, we can improve the appearance, and patients immediately look more youthful and far less tired.
The other very popular are the hands. As we get older, we tend to lose a lot of fat underneath the skin. So by just injecting also some filler, one can really turn back the clock.
I just had the sculpture procedure done with Dr. Goldenberg.
So we're going to focus on filling in the hollow around the temple area. We're going to try to build her cheek up a bit.
Looks good. Looks smoother and more enhanced. It's not changing my appearance, it's just enhancing it.
I don't want my patients to look fake. That's one of the things that we always talk about.
Well, I'm of a certain age and I could do with a little help.
We want the patients to look more relaxed, more natural, more youthful, but also have an understanding that if you're 60, you're not going to look 25, but we can make you look better than you look currently.
It doesn't change my appearance, it just takes a few years off me, and that's always good.
Most medical centers do not embrace cosmetic dermatology. They think of it as apart from medicine. But one of the things that I've done here is I've really welcomed our participation in cosmetic dermatology. And my sense is if you're going to have your skin taken care of, it should be taken care of by somebody who's very good at it.
I had a quite large mold right on the side of my nose. It was unpigmented, but I had it since birth. It was a big thing in my life, actually. It sounds maybe superficial, but it made me very self-conscious.
And when she came to see me, at that time she had really lost hope. She did not think that this would be possible to do it.
Yeah, it really has changed my life in so many ways. I never really felt beautiful and comfortable with my face. I used to wear a lot more makeup than I do today, and it just, yeah, it made me feel really beautiful.
So we do everything in cosmetic dermatology from microdermabrasion to laser hair removal. There's a different laser for removing brown spots, one for removing red spots, one for dealing with wrinkles. That technology to make you look better all exists at Mount Sinai.
The gold standard for body sculpting is still liposuction.
Botulinum toxin has been called the aspirin of the 21st century. For cosmetic use, everybody thinks of it for between the brows, but we can also use it to help soften the jawline, to help lift an eyebrow, and to reduce the appearance of bags under the eyes. With appropriate use, patients can look natural, maintaining their function and maintaining their expressions.
The new concept in rejuvenating the face are small changes over time that add up in the long run.
I came to Dr. Corsani because I was in a car accident. I had a lot of surgery, and through the surgery and the years, I have gotten, with my face, quite old. You know, I wouldn't look like this if it wasn't for you.
You look great. Part of my job that I love the most is that I can come to work and really make these long-lasting relationships.
After all I've had in my life with this accident, it was such a wonderful feeling to look in a mirror and see a lovely lady again.
It's very important before having a cosmetic procedure to make sure that your lesion is evaluated. It may not be cosmetic, it could be medical. At Mount Sinai Department of Dermatology, we provide you that insurance that you will have both beautiful skin and healthy skin.
When you're first diagnosed with skin cancer and told that you need Mohs surgery, it's frightening, especially when that Mohs surgery is done on your face. You're worried about how you're going to look, what's the scar going to look like. But after meeting Dr. Corsani, it's like a weight is lifted off your shoulders, because you know when you meet him, you're in good hands and you're at the right place and everything's just going to be okay, which it was.
So after patients have their cancer removed, micrographic surgery, they're often left with defects on very cosmetically crucial areas of the face, such as the nose, the eyelids, and the ears. These areas are very important psychologically to patients as they are so visible in front of the mirror. The second one was a little challenging, wasn't it?
Yes.
It was more on the tip of your nose. And a neat thing that we did about that was that we used your eyelid skin.
Correct. I actually had an eye lift done because he needed to take the skin from the top of my eyelids for a skin graft to fix the Mohs surgery that I had done.
Is there anything that now retrospectively, if you had to tell a patient that never had Mohs before or a nasal reconstruction, one thing you would tell them, what would you say?
Not to be frightened. It sounds worse than it is.
I think when I was told I had squamous cell cancer on my nose, I thought, okay, it'll be a couple of swipes and I'll be out of there.
We did a deeper biopsy. We saw that there was tumor underneath, so we didn't give up. And after that, you had 8 stages, correct?
Yeah, Yeah. Can you even imagine?
And then after that, then we'll did the reconstruction.
No matter how bad it got, he just kept saying, "It's going to be okay." He patted my head. He said, "Don't you worry. We're going to take care of you." And he did. He did. That very day, I mean, of course, I had a long road to go, and I still have a ways to go. And I know you suggested dermabrasion.
So what the dermabrasion would do is to make it, the flap skin kind of melt, or
Then it won't have that little thing-a-do.
It would kind of blend in with the rest of the texture of the rest of the nose.
I saw one of my doctor friends tonight. He said, "Oh, Dory, hi, how are you? Didn't you have surgery?" Oh my God, you did it, I can see it, but oh, it's amazing. I mean, wow, I had no idea that it's only been a short while, and it looks so fantastic.
We have a very strong clinical trials division.
I like the fact that Mount Sinai is a teaching hospital. A lot of times there will be residents treating me along with Dr. Markowitz. I also like the staff here. I mean, I'm really amazed that it's left virtually no scar, almost, when it's all done.
Sure.
I was first diagnosed about 20 years ago with basal cell carcinoma. And the procedure back then was scraping and burning, which left like a white cigarette burn scar. And now the procedure actually virtually leaves no scar, which I'm very happy about.
It's very exciting to be able to adapt these cosmetically used lasers into the treatment of skin cancer.
I like the way that she is very innovative, and she's always looking for the next best thing.
The dermatologists in our group are the ones that are quoted in articles. They're the ones who write the books, do the research, develop the procedures. There are dermatologists from around the world who come to Mount Sinai to learn how to do those procedures.
As a Mount Sinai cosmetic dermatologist, I'm called upon by beauty editors and television producers frequently to answer their questions, to help them educate the public.
It's a really true pleasure to work at Sinai. It really it amazes me how many smart people you meet every day.
Dr. Khorassani took an older woman and made me young again.
And Dr. Waldorf changed my life.
You did a great job. Marvelous.
Dr. Khorassani saved more than my life, my physical life. He saved my very being. He's a magician. He's my hero.